Hey guys, this is Cornelis with Plug Together, and today I'm gonna talk a little bit about Windows 7. The background you're looking at doesn't have to do much with Windows 7. It's a painting, as you can see, from a Dutch artist called Herman Nijboer. Yeah, I try to educate my customers a little bit about the Dutch culture. So next time you see this painting, I don't want to hear Van Gogh. By the way, it's Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Try to pronounce it Van Gogh, not Van Gogh. I know people speak with an accent. I don't understand that actually because I learned the English language. Why can't you learn the Dutch language, right? And I don't speak with an accent, as you can hear. Anyway, let's just get to the point because I'm starting feeling uncomfortable. We messed up. Okay, I'm connected using a remote desktop to my laptop where there's Windows 7 installed, and I'm going to show you here. See, this is the proof. Windows 7 Ultimate. Log in as my name, and I'm doing this way because it just works a little bit easier. There's one minor disadvantage of logging in using a remote desktop is that you don't see these nice hover over thingies like you have with Vista. When you have it in Windows 7 too, but it doesn't. That's not a feature supported in Windows 7. For instance, when you have multiple Word documents over and you hover over, then it gives you those screens, and you just click on it. It makes things easier. Anyway, the first thing I want to show you is what kind of computer I install it on. Now look at this. This is a 1.6 gigahertz computer. I mean, can you imagine? I installed it on a 1.6, 1 gigabit. This is a very average computer. There's really not much fanciness to this one. And I installed Windows 7. Let me tell you, it was a piece of cake. I think it's installed in 20 minutes. It's flying fast. I'm going to open a Word program here. Now look how fast this is coming up. I want to type something. Anything. I'm going to save it. No, I'm not going to save it. And it's gone. And this is not even locally. To give you an impression how smooth Windows 7 works, we are connecting over terminal server. It's just flying fast. What's new in Windows 7? Well, compared to Vista, it looks so much similar. Look at the interface. Look at this little search thing you have in Vista as well. You type in something and it searches for the program and it pops up. Obviously Paint also looks a little bit different. But other than that, it's not that much different. So here I go to program files. It all looks familiar, right? Documents. See? You have the same tabs here where you can go up one level, etc., etc. The one thing I want to point out with Windows 7 is you see the network tab here instead of network places. And you know, I'm not even sure how they arrange it in Vista. The customers who know me, they know also that I hated Vista. It's one piece of technology, if you could call it that way, that I want to skip completely because I hate it. I can't stand it. It was malfunctioning from the beginning. It never really worked. I guess it's fine for home use, but in office environments it's a disaster. It's just a disaster. Unlike Windows 7, so far nothing but good news, guys. I think Microsoft did a good job. Anyway, to get to the point, I click here on the network, start scanning the network. It's like network places, and it finds this computer here. Go on PC, there's another one, but it'll come up. Then Windows 7 has something like Home Group, which is an organizational unit to organize network computers a little bit more logically. Personally, I think it's kind of redundant, but it may be helpful for people who are not familiar with network sharing, don't know how to share resources on the network. For me, it's yeah, so again, not that useful. Anyway, so this is that part. What else can I tell about 7? Well, my main interest in Windows 7 is to test security. So what I did is LimeWire. I put LimeWire on there, and I downloaded a bunch of stuff. You guys probably know LimeWire is a peer-to-peer network where you download directly files from other people's machine anywhere in the world. So it can be anything, right? These are not trustworthy sources. To my surprise, so far Windows 7 is acting really good. I haven't seen any virus, and I don't have a virus scan on here. See that we have nothing. It's just out of the box. So far I'm truly impressed, because I can't think of any operating system Microsoft released beta version that was that stable, that smooth, and that fast. So it only can go better. And the other thing, we talked about the installation. The other thing I want to show you, probably other people know what I'm talking about. When you install an operating system, the first thing you have to do is you want to look for drivers, because there's probably no Ethernet, there's no video. So I did the same thing in Windows 7, and I went to the Manage page and go to the drivers page, Device Manager, and look at that. Everything was there. I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't have to do anything. The keyboard, of course, but the display, the Ethernet, video, audio, everything, you name it, it was all there. So that made it really convenient to actually to upgrade this system. I think the whole process then took me longer than half an hour maximum. What else can I tell you about Windows 7? Not that much more. As I mentioned before, many features are very similar. I even went to the system policy, because I couldn't log in. It was like a password set over the network. And as you can see, the group policy editor is also very similar to Vista. There's no much difference. So I went to the Windows settings. You guys probably know, maybe some people don't know, but this is where you go if you want to change that setting of, well, it's security options, of allowing blank passwords to log on remotely. So that's what it did, and then it could log on. I think that's it so far for Windows 7. Compared to Mac, I don't know if we should compare Windows to Mac, but during the Vista generation, I think many people did, because it's sort of look-alike. We have the widgets and the gadgets and the interface. It looks a bit like that. To me, I prefer Windows, not because it's better, but I like the navigation. However, Mac always has been more stable. Mac is awesome. I have colleagues in the video industry swearing by Mac because of FileMaker Pro. There are programs that run only in Mac. Not only that, Mac doesn't get hit by viruses. Now, when it comes to Windows 7, folks, I don't know. I don't know which one is better. Meaning stability. A Mac is great stable, but look how this is. I think a Windows 7 will beat everything, because it's stable, it's fast, and unlike a Mac, you can easily navigate on the screen like this. You open a new folder, you create a new beautiful text document or whatever you put in there, and you're in business. Try to do that with a Mac. No, you can, because you have all these crazy menus. That's the one thing that drives me nuts about Macs. All these menus that changes, and you cannot right click. You have to navigate to another menu and close this window. When I'm at work, I just want to get things done. That's me. I know opinions differ, but that's how I see it. Result, I think Windows 7 is absolutely awesome, and I think Microsoft did an awesome job on this, and I have the impression they will be able to compete strongly with Mac. Okay guys, so far about Windows 7. I hope this was informative for you, and I'll see you in the next video.